What's up, YouTube? Bet you I get a bunch of people in here because I'm not streaming on my computer. Seems to be the trend. I'm super annoyed and bored, and I just come on here to rant because got nothing else better to do. I don't even know how I even survived this long. Everything I've been through, everything I've done, people I've hurt, people who's hurt me. I just don't even get it. How I'm still here, and what my purpose is, what my point is. Because I'm miserable, to be honest. Doesn't matter how much money I make or lack thereof. The happiest stages of my life was when I was in my early 20s with pretty much nothing. Not even a phone turned on. The little things in life made me happy. Now just there's nothing fulfilling at all. Not a single thing. I'm just waiting for it to end every single day. People say it's a gift, a blessing, an opportunity. And I say it's a curse. Because waking up, I come back here. What's the point of coming back here? Just to suffer again. When you think you know somebody and then you realize it was all bullcrap. All freaking bullcrap. Phony people, gaslighters. Unsaludo pau sepatilla. Sorry, I only speak English. Not sure what you're saying, Alan Ortega. The only Ortega I know is Jenna or that taco seasoning, which is pretty good actually. I'm just so tired of people. Tired of getting older. Tired of things getting more expensive. Nobody knows what's going on, huh? Everyone's just guessing. Blinded and hypnotized by the TV and what you should and shouldn't like. Everyone chasing these dreams. For what? It's one big sandbox. And I pretty much had the same conclusion since 2020. I guess I just had people in my life that were distracting me from my conclusion. But that's all we're trying to do, is just distract ourselves. And just pretend that everything's okay. Stick to a schedule and a routine. So we're not thinking about our inevitable demise, our final breath. Why are you guys even in here? Go away. Go do something else. Listening to me ramble and rant. But I guess the truth is, even if you went somewhere else, you're still stuck in you, huh? So you could be here on this neck of the internet, or you could be somewhere else. But then what? Also, don't want to be constantly depressed. It's best to keep positive and live. For what, though? For what? Think about it. It doesn't matter what you're doing or where you're at, you're stuck. You're stuck in your body, stuck in your mind, stuck all of your misfortunes and your loss, and, everything's so temporal. Like people you once knew, yeah, loved ones, but they're going away too. They die too. Nature's cruel. You go out there, you get bit by a tick, come back with Lyme disease. A deer tries to attack you. You fall into a pit, or you fall into the ocean and drown. I went outside yesterday. Today I didn't go out for real because of the rain. If it doesn't rain, I'll go out tomorrow. I've been outside more than many people the past 10 years. How many miles I put on my feet. And ultimately, it's the same conclusion, though. It's just distraction from the truth. You're just distracting yourself. Like any drug or alcohol or video game or TV show or movie, it's just all one big distraction. Goals, dreams, lots of positive. For me, it's art, nature, loved one dreams. Yeah, but it's distraction, though. It's just to, keep your mind. Said dreams twice. That's fine. Even, literal dreaming is distraction, too, from the real world. Because you're outside of consciousness for a bit. Until you wake back up to this reality. You're back here breathing, and you're still in your humanistic limitations. Like, you still get hungry, you still get sick, you still get tired, you still get thirsty, you still get horny, you still get bored, you still get just depressed, you still want more and more. It just keeps going and going. No satisfaction, just a temporal sense of relief, if you think about it. Especially if you daydream on different events like the past, or your preconceived notion of the future. It's the small things. I know, but again, it's distraction. Whether it's big or small, it's just to distract you. That's why, people see therapists and stuff, for that hour of distraction, for someone to jog your brain or get you to see things in a different way, even if it's for a temporary period of time. I'm not trying to sound depressed. It's just I cannot shake this conclusion. I've had this conclusion for years. I mean, yeah, I could say the same thing as the small things. I was happier in my early 20s, even when I really had nothing, no job, no phone. I was just outside running. But you know what? It's that word you said, dream. So my dream was to just be this fitness legend or this marathon enthusiast. And I knew that it was going to take dedication daily to get better. But ultimately, it was just pretty much a lie. It was just, distraction. It goes back to that word I keep saying. Just to distract myself from misery. And time flies. 3 seconds, it'll be 10 minutes that I've been doing this live, and it's just again, distraction. Just distraction. It got me like out of my reality for 10 minutes and 10 minutes and 10 seconds now. But when I hit that end button, I'm back to reality. And I know my reality, I guess, is objectively different than another person's, but at the end of the day, though, we're still in the same realm, chasing after the same things. The difference is oh, you ate an hour ago, so you might not be as hungry as me, or vice versa. These kids are crazy. Davin, shush, what are you doing? You're being hyper. See, it's like them. They play video games, they go outside. Barely in the double digits. And then there's me, like, in my almost mid-30s, and it's like doing the same thing, or striving after the same thing. Cheap expenses, and free time to do whatever I want. Can I make you a moderator? No. If you take away the reality of life and distraction, think of what's left. What's left is you, your whole self, and what you decide to think, to do, to feel. I just can't accept what's out there is unjust. Let it be because it doesn't affect me. What do you mean? So you're saying, like, only the things that affect you is what affect you. Like, so basically, if you know things are happening in this world that don't have a direct correlation to your life, you're not too worried about it. I mean, to an extent, like, things that aren't directly affecting you shouldn't really hurt. But to me, it's like, I guess the knowledge of, like, the idea of people that I don't even know who are suffering, it kind of, like, still goes in my mind, and it not necessarily brings me down directly, but, like, indirectly, knowing that I'm sharing a world with people that are doing worse than me makes me feel more guilty, because, like, I'm complaining about things that they would kill for, which by default makes me more depressed, if that makes sense. Because it's like, I know I'm very, like, unhappy, I'm very, like, bored, I'm very depressed, but I know that there's people out there, like, with real suffering. I understand, but no one can change anyone. They have to want to change. Yeah, but some things people, like, they're not in a predicament to change themselves. I mean, yeah, everyone can change something about them, but, like, the big things not everyone has control over. People that are, like, being held captive, or people that are, like, in a country without, like, the same types of resources or opportunities as us, you know? Yeah, Hyper, I don't need any mods. I don't have enough people to come in here for it to be worth moderating over. I appreciate the offer, but, you know, I don't really get a lot of comments, so I can kind of just see myself and delete whatever I need to delete if I want to. Thanks, though. Now, there's plenty of big YouTubers out there with billions of people watching their streams, even though those streams consist of, like, being a troll out in public, pranking people and doing all these things. Because that's what's popular. And that's another reason why I'm just so, like, honestly fed up with stuff, because, like, you gotta literally, like, be some drama freak just to like gain a following for the most part. Not everyone is awake to the realism of the materialistic in this world, nor the knowledge they need in order to obtain awakeness. And that's the issue with me, is like, I was much happier before I woke up. Since I woke up many years ago, I just don't see the point or the purpose. Like, I just don't. Because truthfully, all this is temporary. I mean, out of everyone we know, like, the question that pops in my head is like, well, who's gonna die next? And it's a true story. Like, I think about it all the time. Like, like OJ just died, yesterday? You know? Not saying he wasn't a piece of crap, but the point is, it's like celebrities you grow up on and stuff. There's been so many that they're just no longer here. And the funny thing is, you know, like you said about not knowing people or if it doesn't affect you, it's like we formulate these relationships with people that we will never meet. Like, we have people in our heads that we will never meet, not even because they're already dead, but even people that are alive that we'll just never meet. I mean, like when you were a kid, you know, you had celebrity crushes, or you liked this specific like musician or whatever. You know, it's like we create these worlds in our head based on what type of information we're given through the internet, TV, magazines, books, music videos, whatever. And none of those people affect us at all, but like we gain these like artificial attachments based on music or entertainment media. It's like, it's crazy, because they literally don't even know we exist, and we've never met those people. And truthfully, like, the stories that you can read about people that meet your heroes aren't always what they're cracked up to be. Even if you like their art, they might be terrible people. Not everyone is. Oh, maybe you need to find your purpose again. Everyone struggles. But I mean, I've had this thought, this conclusion for so many years, that at this point I don't feel like there's any other conclusion. Yeah, it's just like media has taught us from a young age that we need a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or to get married, which I don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand the importance of it. Well, on a humanistic level, it's to just share your genes, like to pass on your lineage to other people, aka make children. But then also, so you're not like doing this thing called life by yourself, you know? Because like it's all about strength in numbers, and if you're trying to do it alone, it's not easy. It's really not. It's lonesome, it's boring, it's unfulfilling. That's pretty much that. And people say, like, to not allow your happiness to be dictated towards another person. But truthfully, you need people in your life to feel purpose as well. You said, I get that it can be lonesome, but some have it so bad that they think they can't manage without being with someone. Yeah, I mean, truthfully, that's the consensus for a lot of people, you know? Some people can't live without other people. Some people take care of people, the mentally disabled and the elderly especially. Someone's being taken care by somebody in different ways, shapes, and forms, even if the person's not even their immediate family or friend. Like elderly people with like hospice coming in and making sure that they're fed, and if they're wearing those granny diapers, making sure that they're changed and stuff like that. The scary thing is, it's like people that will settle for people that aren't good for them, just to be around people, just to have company, even if that company's toxic. To be so lonesome that you would choose just to be with anybody because they're willing to be with you, even if they're using you or whatever, or if you're using them. That's the interesting thing about life. Because then when the truth comes out, it can kind of just cripple a person's emotions even further, because you're questioning the entire relationship, like what was real, what wasn't real, what the true motive was. People love to pretend. I understand that's not what I mean. I'm talking about the people who can't be single. They depend so much on having a boyfriend or girlfriend. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that are guilty of that. I don't know if it's necessarily a good or a bad thing. I feel like if it's a good relationship, then there's nothing wrong with it. But the ones that like literally depend on it just to like function and survive, but they deep down don't even like the person they're with, but they got to pretend to just to keep the perks going or the help. I mean, people have their own business, but it's like, it hurts when the truth comes out, Like, oh, I never really liked you to begin with. You just did everything for me, so I had to like keep that facade up or that charade or keep that image going just to continue to gain. Yeah, it's sickening. And it doesn't even have to be like a boyfriend-girlfriend thing. It could be like your cousin, your siblings. It could be your aunt, your uncle, your grandparents. It could be just anybody. And then it makes it hard to trust anybody. Because if you can't trust the ones that are the closest to you, imagine the ones that are like not close to you, but they just sit there and pretend. And that's why my conclusion is the way it is too, because deep down, I can't trust anybody. Because I can't even trust myself, because I'll make vows to do or to not do certain things, and then I fail miserably, and then I just slip up or give in to things or disappoint myself or somebody else. And the crazy thing is, it's 25 minutes almost. For what? Now imagine 25 years, 250 years. What's the point? I feel like I've said nothing. So it literally spirals back to my main point. Distraction. It's pretty creepy. All right, everyone. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.